Um, uh, Give me about 2, 3 minutes, and we're gonna get started. Go ahead and bring up a few things. You guys give me a couple of seconds. We'll be right back. What what's up, D Rock Comics? We'll have to check that out later. It's that Gutty Gotham. What's up? P Mallory, what's up? What's up? Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Whatnot, what's welcome. I'm gonna get these other platforms up before we get started. Put my favorite song on, my favorite beat, rather. Let's get started. Go. Just in case y'all can check out my YouTube too. It's out there. Got him. All right, y'all. We finna get started, man. Let's see. If you guys can hear me out there, say good morning to the people. Good morning. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. That will be what's up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let me turn this music down and get started. You guys already know we went through the Gifts of Power ceremony yesterday, and I'm still gonna keep that energy, right? I'm gonna run back through them a little bit faster today so we can get started. I think this clip is gonna be a couple of minutes, maybe going closer to maybe 8 to 10 minutes today. We're gonna be talking about Asita, and Asita is half of the Gemini team or the defenders of the Zodiac Guardians. There's Asita, which is the Artificial Intelligence Simulacron Information Technology Assistant. I know it's a lot, y'all. That's why we call her Asita. And Adam, okay? And Adam is the second half of the Gemini Defenders, okay? Or the Gemini or the Zodiac Guardians, okay? So because the Zodiac Guardians were twins, there was an opportunity there to make a male and female. So I made a male and female. Asita, however, is an AI. She chooses, and you guys, I mean, if you following Flux, you can go out there and check out my YouTube and all that. Okay. All right, y'all. So before we get this recap started, let me run through my introduction. I'm W.L. White the third. I am the creator of the Flux Continuum. Flux is an acronym which stands for the first line of defense for unprecedented extremes. Secondly, yeah, I'm the author, got the ongoing story. We're always looking for new talents such as audio book with what do you, I don't know even know what you call recorders. What else? We looking for artists. We looking for, somebody who's ready to build this epic tale and this empire because we need concept art. We need all types of stuff, y'all. Right, and this is a story that spans the entire all of creation, not just our universe, okay? Not just the multiverse and the omniverse. It's heaven, hell, all of the different dark realms, the positive realms, and basically we follow the Zodiac Guardians or one of the zodiac guardians right through the story. Okay, that's kind of how we follow. And generally, you just jump in on your zodiac guardian, you follow that guardian. That guardian will intermingle with everybody else. Now we try to put, give you a couple of visuals and whatnot. We do have some of this stuff on the store. If you whatnot, you can go out there and check out the store. I got some clipped on there, the Ash Can comic. That's a page that's been laminated, and I know we on the Cedar today, and it has her and Adam on there because it was a Gemini thing. Me and the artist, we actually went through, made sure the information. We thought it looked good because it's a different spin on it. Now you guys can get this page for I think put it out there for like $12. Okay, but it'll be yours. It's autographed by me and the artist. Okay, and we dated. Okay, so now this is a thing. The real Ash Can comic will be released soon, which will have all other characters in it. Yes, I'm gonna have so many here, and I'll put that on the store, and you guys can get an autographed copy. And it's a Ash Can comic for those who don't know. It's just an introduction to the comic world to let people know, hey, we coming. So again, like I told y'all guys, I've been working on this going on 14 years now. I published 3 books. It's going to be a 12-book series. I'm actually on the second half of book 5 right now, and it's about the first line of the defense for unprecedented extremes. And we follow each one of the zodiac guardians, right? These are defenders of a whole dimensional realm. So we look at each one of the zodiac constellations, and each one of those constellations, when you get there, it's its own dimensional realm. It just resonates at a different frequency that we can't see. So if you could resonate at that frequency, then of course you'll see the planet there and everything else. And I also have little gems such as like, how did those people get there? Well, they came from our earth, because our earth is the one true earth which seeds all the other earths, okay, through the multiverse and whatnot. Just want you guys to know what was going on with Flux. All right. This is a long clip, I think, today. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on and let you guys get into it. All right, this is about a cedar. No, 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 no. Let me not do that. Let me go back and give you the quick recap real fast. All right, so we're in the middle of, no, you too, man. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. It's my son leaving, y'all. But we got work to do, so I gotta keep it pushing. Be careful. All right, y'all. All right, so we started with Stratus. I'm gonna run through them real quick. This is Stratus. Stratus is the zodiac guardian for Aquarius, okay? And he learned all about liquids, vapors, liquids, gas, liquids, and solids, okay? So he can manipulate all of those things. And he learned that during the gifts of powers on what he need to do and how he could do the things that he does, okay? So if you wonder why the characters appear to already have experience with their abilities, then this is why. They actually have a neural feed, or sometimes I refer to it as an imperial codex within their brain, which they can replay whenever they want to. They just got to think about it, right? There's a lot going on with this site nanotech armor. Okay, so after that, we jumped on Ember. And Ember is the Zodiac Guardian for Aries. And Aries Zodiac Guardian, she has a weapon which is called Holy. It's a splinter of the sword that the cherubim angel wields that protects the Garden of Eden. It's just a little splinter of it, a little bitty fragment piece of it, which was in our realm. It could be used to dimensionally do all types of things. Okay. But she is there, and she learns about different types of fire. If a fire is exposed to her, then she's able to see the exothermic properties in it and then utilize that against you. So if, like, hypothetically, y'all, if she gets exposed to hellfire, then she'll be able to use hellfire for that. She'll be able to actually cause an exothermic reaction, which releases hellfire. And you got to look at her ability. They're different from the average fire type person. Okay. Now, after that, we jump to Gravtate, which is the Zodiac Guardian Defender, where he's the Lord of Cancer. Okay. And because, Cancer's symbol is a crab, kind of like a water insect, whole mentality, right? Well, I made him a 6-legged creature, if you will. Now, that individual though, Gravity, controls gravity. Okay. He learned about all the different influxes when it comes to gravitational fields, black holes, the reverse of that too. So not only can he crush a football stadium like into a golf ball, he can also um imbue, if you will, or increase the gravitational or decrease the gravitational field of something. So I mean, he has a lot of power too. Okay, that was Gravtate. We going with Friction now, and Friction is the young lady from El Paso, Texas. She learned with her part during the Gifts of Power. She learns about basically chronotemporal um properties, ripples, spades. I call a spade something that if you a spade is basically a disruption in the normal temporal flow of time. So if you had a ripple in a pond, right? You throw a ripple and somebody throw a big rock and they disturb that ripple, that nice beautiful ripple that was expanding out. That's called a spade. That rock that hit and disrupted all that. And sometimes spades can end up tearing up the entire timeline and whatnots, which is catastrophic. And you know, the whole revamp, um, all types of things can happen, singularities and all types of things. All right, but don't want to get too much into her right now. But anyway, this is the Zodiac Guardian for Scorpio, right? Then we jump to Pulse, and Pulse is the cop from Hawaii, and he was while he was enduring or while he was going through the Gifts of Power ceremony, he actually went into like more of electromagnetic thing that's happening with him. That's about his power set. Um, but he can also do things like, I don't want to say like distribute differently to different, but he's able to channel that power and utilize it like through sonics. So instead of him throwing a whole bunch of electromagnetic beams at you, he can channel them differently. So if he channel them different, he can throw sonics, vibrations, lightning. He can, right, basically channel lightning almost, um electrostatic, all that electricity, all of that stuff. So anything that has to do with the electromagnetic field, and that means he can actually, if it maybe over time I might make sure that happen. He's able to break down the light spectrum and all that, because that is what happens when all of that runs into our atmosphere, right? Now, after Pulse was Intech. We find out that Intech becomes the senior order, right? Um, that means he is the physical representation of order in the physical realms. So across the whole spectrum of the universe, they have certain frequencies where there's the physical realms will happen at. Those guys, if Intech shows up, most of these alien life forms know what the senior order is. Man is just learning, you know what I'm saying? We doing catch-up stuff. And he is the zodiac guardian for Libra. Okay, and he learned about creation, creativity, theory, ideology, and if he's able to theorize how something works, he can pretty much make it. You know what I mean? So, Libra, right? Balance. After him, we jump to Phase. Phase was all about density, intangibility, mass manipulation, because he can grow extremely large and he can become extremely small. But he can also still wield his density, even though he's using mass projection and mass enhancement and all that stuff. Okay. But that's what pretty much Capricorn. He's the zodiac guardian for Capricorn. We had Shift yesterday, right? And Shift learned about how to manipulate the DNA strand with moving nucleotides. I hope I said that right. Nucleotides up and down the DNA strand. She's able to also take alien DNA strands and it's called amalgamorph, and slot those with a human DNA, which she's able to do that with any life form. And since all life on Earth is so close in the DNA strand, that she's able to easily manipulate from Earth. But there are also other life forms out there from other planets, and they might be energy based entities. So if she's able to get a DNA strand from an entity or energy based being, it should barely look different from us, right? But because her orb is celestial, I mean, it can happen, y'all, and she'll be able to do all types of things. So, and she also learns that once she's able to access Animalia, which is like a legacy realm almost. She'll be able to open legacy realms. That's rather I say that wrong. Once she's able to get to Animalia, which is the Leo singularity, and I discussed all that yesterday, but it's a Leo singularity. I can't wait to write it, y'all. And she's able to open legacy, so there'll be like the ascended realms between our physical realm and the ethereal realm. So those ascended realms, such as the Garden of Eden, you know what I mean, like those type of places, she'll be able to not necessarily access them, but she'll be able to take her and her team to that place, and then they have to do it, and they have to access it. Okay. Just want y'all to know that. Okay, so today we get to Asita. Asita is one half of the Gemini um Zodiac Guardians. She's the AI part, and she's basically the one that was imbued with the actual orb. So basically imagine an orb just floating around, and it can talk to you, it can do all types of things. It's a different type of character. But because of what was transpiring and everything being out of alignment, the gifts of power ceremony, Jackson Swade was supposed to get the orb. He's the one that the orb actually hit. So he's included in what's going on. And you guys can really pretty well figure that out. So I'm gonna let this play. And hey, I'll get at you guys later, man. Give me 2 ticks. Turn his music down. And pause that. This off. And put this on. And there we go. AISIKA, ICETA, Fusion Ceremonial Orb, Gemini, Castor Pollux, Alpha Geminorum, 180.804-2A. A being of immense power holds ICETA in bondage. It contains the AI with simply its will. ICETA computes its containment should not be possible. The AI is composed of digital code, yet is contained by the nothingness. The ICETA is incapable of defending itself against this power. When digital code is stripped from the ICETA, the AI's programming experiences digital glitches, but manages to replace the stripped data. This keeps the AI's processor in a recursive loop. I feel your feeble attempts to access power which is not yours has not gone unnoticed. The ICETA contemplates the assimilation environment, acknowledging it has been compromised and is detained by the force. This intelligence cannot fracture the digital restraints. Every asset and resource is denied. This unit is contained in virtual bondage. That which inhibits your binary composition cannot be shattered by immaterial beings such as identify yourself or be absorbed into the collective. This intelligence has been designated as the Artificial Intelligence Simulacrum Information Technology Assistant. Why have you come to Fusion? The sliver of orb requires decoding. As the administrator, it's responsibility to decode incoming data. What you refer to as a sliver is imperial codex, a microbiological enhancement which transmits instinctual knowledge through a neurological stimuli, imbuing the harbingers with extraordinary gifts. You do not possess sentient bioessence. How is it that you have accessed the cosmic treasure? This intelligence previously initiated a test run for the Hadron Collider when an anomaly interfered and contaminated the particle accelerator. This intelligence was then downloaded/transferred into a ceremonial fusion, which is located within them. Digital input accepted. You still attempt to gain freedom. There is no escape, binary one. A transfer of code has been exchanged. Who do you summon for assistance? This unit is completing startup procedures and needs input from user. What is a user? A user is a sentient being containing a soul or essence, requiring technology to fulfill greater than humanly possible tasks. This intelligence is linked and bonded to the user atom, physically through gifts of power, ceremonial, or fusion. The voice coalesces into an avatar, ignoring its prisoner as it speaks in an unknown language, its face of a glowing atom.
the Iceta attempts to regenerate its form. Though to never be defeated or altered, a great war has begun. Unless this binary entity cannot be. This photon-based code can't be timeless intelligence. While the entity analyzes the IC binary code, it prepares the missing data to the AI's form. As the entity studies the AI, it speaks of an ethereal legend. Your binary signature radiates the aura of the sentience that unlocks the orb. This can only mean the power ceremony has begun. The binary one shares duality to another source. Why has the Harbinger activated the cosmic inverter? What is your function to the Harbinger? As the administrator, this intelligence is programmed to manage network protocols and capabilities to assist the Harbinger during tactical and strategic operations. An enemy designated as the Bakrata have attacked planet Earth. A team of enhanced humans have been granted abilities to repel the threat. The prime of the Bakrata then found a way to reunite again. This is just the first of many dimensional encounters. A war is coming that will determine if there will ever be a new beginning. A tale passed down the angelic celestials by the ether immortals. I will accept the amalgam harbinger. Senior order is forfeited. Your universal frequency is now one with the human from dimension P0.432-00. Error. Error. This intelligence can no longer delay the system restart. The link established with the harbinger is destabilizing. A new link must be reestablished or upgrades will fail. Your code will be absorbed into nothingness. You are released from bondage. A new anchor key has been selected. A new power distribution dynamic is authorized for Amalgam Harbinger. The Amalgam Harbinger is now imbued with Fusion Sync Key. This intelligence is now authorized responsibility of Dimension 180.A04-2A. This intelligence does not possess sufficient resources to access the codex. Access to the Imperial Codex is granted to the Amalgam Harbinger. An administrator bypass for fusion resource has been established. Take this splinter of Crux, it will greatly enhance your code. When next you wake, you will be more than you are. Once the IC is free of fusion's influence, it is transported into the path stabilizing link. When AI places the crux within the link, it encapsulates the intelligence's binary form. The integrity armor has been compromised by Fusion's avatar. It will need to be constituted during startup procedures. The stream of energy pulls Iceta from the sliver as the crux increases to maximum radiance. The splinter and the Iceta are absorbed into the light of the fusion.
Okay. So as we see, there we go. So okay, so as we see, there's a lot going on when it comes to Iceta. So if you guys remember, let's go another recap, right? We have to. If you go to the end of book one, okay, for all those who got book one, you go to the end of book one, page 116. Iceta is being she actually is aware of the orb. She's aware that she's been downloaded, and she starts navigating through the orb. There are times when she opens the doorway, and she states, even in the book, and I don't know where it's at exactly. She states that the um the space within inside does not compute with what it actually appears to be. So she's letting you know the space within where she has entered is unlimited. Okay, I just want you guys to know that. So anyway, she tries to go and she tries to open the orb like everybody else because they're holding it, but they have bioessence which activates the orb, right? She doesn't have bioessence, so it immediately warns the avatar and it becomes defensive. And while it's being defensive, it pretty much it holds her in bondage. But she can't compute that because she's cold in the physical realm. There's no way to hold code unless you don't give it access to the internet and all of that, right? But she can go all the way around the world. She's been, I want to use that term, she's been able to do everything she's wanted to do because she already had access to the internet. Now she's confined. right? She can't move, she can't do anything, she can't. There's nothing she can do. So anyway, she basically has to tell the fusion avatar who she is, what type of relationship she has with the human holding the bio essence. Right? She got to give them the 411 on everything that's going on. Now, what was dope to me because I thought it was ingenious. What is a user? And she says a user is a sentient being containing a soul slash essence, requiring technology to fulfill greater than humanly possible tasks. This intelligence is linked, bonded to, and then what I was letting you guys know, she's prompting him. She says this intelligence is linked, bonded to, and then I use the okay, so for all the people who read computer code and stuff, I kind of tried to write, you know, a couple of syntaxes and stuff, computer syntax. But anyway, I put user and then she's prompting him. I wanted you guys to know she's prompting him when she said user, and then he thinks Adam, and then she says physically through the gifts of power, ceremonial or fusion. She's bonded to him. The user, she prompted him, and he had a picture of an image. And then that image was an atom, and he believed it. She believed it. She gave him the name Adam. That's how he got his name, y'all, believe it or not. And you guys will find out about Adam next Thursday. Because next Thursday will be his day, and you'll find out how intricate their relationship is. Okay, so there's some things that already went on with Jackson Swade, and we'll talk about that next Thursday. But this is her part, okay? Because remember, she's the actual guardian. Like, if you notice, he gave her the ability at the end of the clip. He gave her the ability. That's what happened. She is downloaded into the orb, and technically, if she wanted to, she could pop out of his chest and he'd be dead. I mean, correction, he would be unalived. Okay, so you guys got to remember that she is the one that has been imbued with the power of the fusion, which is the ceremonial orb. All right. Yeah. He went through a whole bunch of stuff, and y'all look, I was an IT guy, so I kind of maybe I overdid it with all the way I was talking and everything, or the way they were having the conversation, but I kind of enjoyed it, so I kind of wrote it. Okay, um, and the Bakrata, you find out again the Bakrata right here. It says the prime and the Bakrata. Okay, hold on, hold on. An enemy designated as the Bakrata have attacked planet Earth. A team of enhanced humans have been granted abilities to repel the threat. And then the fusion avatar says the Prime and the Bakrata, then they found a way to reunite again. So remember, I told you guys during all of the alignments, there were societies that were once existed here on our planet Earth, and they just mysteriously disappeared. Well, I use that, and those are the humans because they come from this planet, right? Those are the humans that were transported through pyramids, right? They said pyramids point, right? All these pyramids are set up so that all of these alignments can happen and whatnot, right? So we just transported them to another planet rotating around the Alpha Star in one of those constellations. So that's kind of how I worded everything. And they just moved the entire society. That's why they're missing now. And that's like my little spin on it, okay? Um, even when remember she was rebooting, okay? And generally, if you think about it, when you reboot your computer, and let's say that you download or you uploading some new, or you just upload some new software or something, it always asks you to restart. So when she started this process in book one, at the end of book one, she was rebooting. So if you can remember in book one, Adam was talking, and then she even mentioned restart needed, like a restart necessary or something. Then she said rebooting now. So when she told him she was rebooting, this is what started happening, y'all. Because after Adam and there's Zeta, and she's the last character we discussed in book one. And then we come to this part right here, and she was being held in bondage. So she is technically still restarting, but everything happens in the blink of an eye for an AI, if you will. Okay. So they had this entire conversation almost as quick as it takes us to blink our eyes. And that's where I came in with error. This intelligence can no longer delay the system restart. I put it out there for you so you can see that all this happened during the restart. So basically, what she was saying is the link she got with him, because she's being held in bondage, she can't reestablish that link in the restart. And again, I'm letting y'all know they intricate with each other's. Okay. Um, there was a couple other things that transpired when it came to this, but it was more about you guys understanding a Sita is like the actual he- herald, right? Herald, if you will, we can use that term, or harbinger. She is a zodiac guardian, and basically, Adam is going to be her host, if you will. So she was granted the ability. He actually even states a whole lot of things. He gives her all the amalgam harbingers. Okay. Your code will not be absorbed into nothingness. You are released from bondage. A new anchor key has been selected. Remember, again, book one. I'm using the same terminology. A new power distribution dynamic is authorized for amalgam harbinger. He actually says a new anchor key, and that's basically just saying the senior order has been passed on. A new anchor key. If you remember in book one, the council, the senior order was the anchor key. Well, he's letting you know there's a new anchor key, and it has been moved. So this is Adam's body was supposed to be the one that got the power or the leadership, if you will, and he didn't get it. Okay, so the amalgam harbinger is now imbued with fusion sync key. That means that now she can sync them the same way we Bluetooth, y'all. It's the same thing. We Bluetooth, right? Anytime we turn our stuff on, if it's my headphones, it Bluetooth. That so she has a sync key. Okay, she can manipulate some things while Adam is asleep, but she has a sync key when he wakes up, if you will. The intelligence does not possess sufficient resource to access the codex. Access to the Imperial Codex is granted to the Amalgam Harbinger. This is the fusion avatar doing all this. An administrative bypass for fusion resources has been established. He's letting you know all of the power he's giving her over the fusion. Take the splinter of crux. This is additional power, okay? It will greatly enhance your code. When next you wake, you will be more than you are. And you guys will hear what's going on. She turns from a almost bland type talking AI to an AI with character and and personality, y'all. So when we next hear her again, she'll be almost like a young lady, you know what I mean? But for right now, what you guys had to endure is her as a computer program with no personality, no character, just code, if you will. All right, so once the Asita is free, that's why we kept calling her the Asita, because if you notice, she's still in acronym form. Artificial Intelligence Simulacron Information Technology Assistant. Yeah, I know, y'all. I had to work on that to make this happen. Okay, so when the AI places the crux within the link, it encapsulates the intelligence binary form. Because her armor had been her integrity armor had been compromised by the fusion, right? Avatar. So now she puts the crux, that little piece of extra power he gave her. She touches the last of the destabilizing link. She's pulled in, and when next we hear from her again, she'll be who she is now. So basically, she has just completed the Gifts of Power ceremony. Okay, she endured the Gifts of Power ceremony. There was no human that went through the Gifts of Power ceremony. And this is just a way for me to like pretty much let everybody know how the ones who got orbs, how their powers work. Um, a way to walk everybody through. We had that one person in the story who doesn't know how to work his ability, because everybody else, they have a Imperial Codex they already did. So the same way the AI can process what need to happen, they pretty much got it. Now, do they have the experience of fighting the lords of chaos and stuff? No, but they do understand their power sets and what the stuff that they can do, and with tactical and real life experience and whatnot. Because most of my characters are a little bit older, they were just I don't want to say decelerated. I want to say that they were aged down, and the reason they were aged down because they were the nanotech armor that they have around them it basically ages you to your prime, or it gets as close as you can. So if you're 60 years old, it might age you back to like 34. If you like 28, it could age you to like 19, something like that. But it's not really a formula on it, and I didn't really make one, but I wanted my characters to have experience of life, and at the same time have that youthful and exuberant energy and stuff. So yeah, yeah. That's what happened, y'all, and that's what's going on with the Cedar. So we know now that she has been given the power. Let me bring that up. The Cedar has been given the power. Yes, this is the Cedar, y'all, right here. The Gemini. These two. Um, I wish I could find that better page, but I don't know where it's at. Hmm. That would have been nice to give you guys that the page of the Ash Can comic. Guess I should upload those next because we are in book 2. But anyway, y'all, that's what's going on with the Asita. She has been granted the fusion. She is the only one that's not human, or that's not a biological life form that's been granted the fusion. But that fusion is connected to something. So, it's what it is, y'all. It's what it is. And well, next Thursday, we'll get into Jackson Swade. His is a little long too. Yeah, he's like what, 4 pages? One, two, three, yeah, four. Wow, five. Wow. So almost 6 pages, y'all. So that's gonna be a long video clip. And then we get into the other Alpha Guardians, and the story continues from there because these are the last two that are going through the Gifts of Power ceremony. So Asita is the last one, and then we jump to Adam because he didn't go through it. He doesn't have the Imperial Codex. He does have it, okay, but he didn't go through the motions of it, the initial emotions. She did, and then we'll jump to Karma after that. So next Friday will be Karma, and then next Saturday will be Nexa. We'll be back with Nexa, and everybody's coming together. We're gonna start fighting. There'll be a whole bunch of fighting in the next chapter. So that's where everything begins. That's where it starts, it kicks in. And from that point on, fights break out all over the place, y'all. They break out book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5. They fighting the whole time because again, it's all about saving the universe or saving all of creation. We got to stop saying the universe because it extends outside of the universe, right? But that's it, y'all. That's the story that I'm writing. I'm on book 5 now. Tell you the truth, I'm almost through with book 5. I'm already like at 100 plus pages, and I generally write about maybe 130, 140 pages, and then I put in character bios and stuff like that at the back of the book. So that way you got to understand of the character, you got a visual representation of it. So that's what I try to do, y'all. So yeah, I'm pretty much on a 3/4 done. 3/4 done, I believe, with book 5, and then I'll start book 6. So look, like I said, y'all keep rocking with me. And I just want y'all to know that Star Wars started off the same way, man. It started off the same way. Book 1, 2, 3, but nobody really paying them no attention. Book 4, 5, and 6 came out. They was like, "Oh, what's that?" And it built momentum after that. 7, 8, and 9 came out later. But if you notice where the movie started at, the movie started book 4. The movie started the Star Wars movies that they released to our country, that they put out into in film cinema, was book 4, Return of the Jedi. I forgot what came after that, but it was Return of the Jedi. And come to find out, the villain, right, passes away. The main villain passes away in book 6, and then they start a whole new story, 7, 8, and 9. So I want you guys to know I'm doing 12 books. But if y'all stay with me, hey, this can happen. This can happen. Because the plan is 12 books. I'm only 52. I think I'll be done by 55, somewhere between 56, 58. I think I should be done with all 12 books. If things work and you guys been rocking with me, then that means we should have comic books at least minimum on the low key. Um, If not, and we doing better than, we're doing great, then we should be moving to an animation or game, y'all. Because I want to do like some Fortnite stuff where all these characters can breed, but on an indie level. That's kind of what it is. It's so many of us out here with our own sci-fi, our own comics, and the assets and resources that we have. Well, if I do great, then hell, I'll bring us all together if I have to. But look, y'all, that's not neither here or there right now. That's future talk. But y'all guys stay rocking with me. Enjoy your weekend because this was a heck of a weekend, right? Enjoy your weekend. I want to show y'all guys something. Let's put this in. Let's put it on. Yeah, I had one of my partners make this for me. I guess he felt like I needed to put something out. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. We're gonna be doing so much more, y'all. Overlays, all types of things. We're getting a feel for what we're doing now. And I want y'all guys to know that you young men, young women, I want y'all to know that this is like a passion. I don't know, some like if I could draw, I think I could put that into the artwork, and then people can see your passion. Because I see so many artists out here, especially comic artists and stuff. The definition, the shading, the what they call it, photorealistic. These guys are like evolved compared to the way it was when I was a kid, right? Our characters, their anatomies wasn't the greatest back then, but you could understand what character it was. And we didn't have the technology we have, but now that we got it, y'all, like I told y'all, I'm even working about moving the visual. So I'm working with a couple of artists, or let's say we're setting up some things with a couple of artists so that we can revamp the way Flux looks. So it's all about the visual. That's what grabs it. And if this visual I got right now isn't good enough, then I'm gonna get you guys another visual. So y'all stay rocking with me, and we'll get there. But anyway, like I mentioned earlier, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for shining with me. Thank you for kicking with me today. I appreciate the love. Um, and I'm out, y'all. I'm out. Let's open it with some flux.
But gift of power ceremonial orbs have been activated, and man has acquired ancient power not meant for the earthly realm. Those empowered have now been thrust into a cataclysmic chain of events leading to the destruction of Earth. It has been compromised, and otherworldly realms are aware of our planet's location. The 12 must traverse time, space, alien planets, new realities, and otherworldly realms to save all of creation. The Flux Continuum. www.flux-zodiac.com @flux_chaos.